Hello, I'm John Foxy on the channel John West. I am having a Disco Elysium adventure. Should I talk to Kuno?
Fuck, does Kuno care?
I did back down from him, which I shouldn't have done. I'll try though. Success! Oh my cow! It's not Kuno, it's Kuno S. Okay. Interesting. How? Kuno S is by far the worst of the two. Kuno has no problem being near you, but the other hides his behind the fence, afraid of her life, like she's done something very bad. She came up with that psychopathic scheme of screaming for help before. Kuno just wanted to talk to you about his name. Kuno S was the one who wound him up and directed him. Also, Kuno hasn't stopped talking to you, even enjoys it from time to time. When you talk to the other, it's like talking to a cornered animal. She only hisses. All in all, Kuno respects madness. You cannot hope to outdo her on that format. You must win yourself a few minutes with him alone. Act on it to try and separate them. Kuno! Psst! Fuck you whispering about... He whispers back. He's whispering too. He's going with it, but watch what happens. Fuck you fascists whispering about... She puts extra stress into the word, expecting it will make you uncomfortable. Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Turns back to you and hunks down. Let's whisper, pig. And this is it, you've got him. But be careful, you can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this. Terrifying, fucked up. Control. What's up with her? She's terrifying, crazy scary. Crazy? He whispers tensely. You don't know the half of it. She's not crazy, she's insane, dangerous. She's smoked a man. She's done people in, probably even pigs. Stop talking to him, Kuno. I'm fucking warning you. You're gonna get us into shit. Continue. She understands what you're trying to do. Yo, see? He pops his head up. Did Kuno not tell you? Kuno told you. Kuno talks to whoever he wants. He hunches down again. Talk, pig. Kuno's got it under control. You did it. They're separated. He even turned his back to her so she can't read his lips. What's with the language he uses? Napa Kim Kitsuragi. Fuck knows. She says it's the song of her people or some shit. What people? Crazy people? The fucking Nakis? I don't know. Ugh. It's Surais. Suru are an indigenous ethnic minority. Ethnic minority in the social democratic powerhouse Vasa on the tundra and taiga covered isla of Katla. Far, far away from here, as far as possible, really. This isn't important right now. Sure thing, interesting things aren't important. Only your cop thing is. Sorry, encyclopedia. What do you mean she smoked someone? Kuno means she killed someone. That's like, sees a killer. He stares at you intently, like actually a killer. He meant everything he said before. Right now he not only means it, but he's sincere. You're serious about this killing business? Killing is serious shit. Kuno is always serious about it. 48-8. Don't know what that means. Also, I'm sitting in darkness, aren't I? 488, the criminal code doesn't go higher than 190. She's probably killed a pig too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has. Okay, how many cops has she killed then? Forget Kuno said that. Kuno was just shitting. Kuno was just running his mouth. Kuno's stupid like that. Feels eyes on the back of his head and stops. Cop would be too large for her to overpower, but a determined child of her size could kill the vulnerable, the elderly, the homeless, or other. Other children. Creature peers at you both from over the fence. There's probably something searching in her eyes. Kuno, do you think it's possible she's killed other children? Kuno falls silent. He does not look at you when he replies. Kuno, that's what Kuno is starting to think, yeah. You said she's insane. She's psycho? He leans even closer. None of that kiddie psycho cat burning shit. She's the real deal. Whoa. Yeah, he watches it sink in. What's the real deal? Snuff, radio shit. Believe me, pig, you don't want to know. And he doesn't even want to think about it. This isn't another boast. You think she has anything to do with the dead man? Yeah, she would have liked to fuck him up, but she didn't. Kuno wasn't around. The sea was with Kuno. Where were you? Look, Kuno's going to put you at ease. We didn't do it. He speaks the truth, my liege. He's going to get angry if I ask if she's your sister. Fuck no, she's not my sister. She's just a stray who got in. A mad dog or some shit. Stray? Yeah, she's just there. Points at the apartment building behind the fence. What was that, Kuno? The little one twists her neck, looking at the building. Continue. Kuno flinches, then lowers his voice even more. She was in the hallway, dripping wet, by the fucking shoe rack in the dark. Why was she dripping wet? Kuno's got no fucking idea. Her hair was all wet. I think she pissed on the floor too. He was there for 3 days, in the corner, every time Kuno went out. You said she got in? How? I don't know. Someone left the door open. Kuno comes home and she's sleeping under the desk, under a pile of clothes, like a dog. About your parents? Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit. Doesn't even see her there, or thinks it's a fucking Kuno. He points at himself. Shit's all on Kuno. Continue. Kuno? Kunoese? Two of a kind. Why is she called... Oh no, it's Kuno S. Why is she called Kuno S then? Because she fucking looks like Kuno. You don't know her name. No one knows her name. Kuno told you that ship was a psycho killer. How are you dealing with all of this? How's Kuno dealing? Kuno's fucking dealing fucking just fine. Doesn't need you fucking with any of it. C doesn't either. Kuno's got the shit under control. He spits through the gap in his front teeth. Okay, kid. You need backup? I'm here for you. Listen, listen. He points to his eyes and yours. C is Suno's go-to. Kuno's protecting her. You fuck with C, you fuck with Suno. Kuno, you threaten her, you threaten to take her away. This is all what it comes down to now. He needs you to take him seriously now. The boy looks you in the eye, black pupils trying to focus. I'm going to kill you. I'll run when you put the cuffs on her, sneak up on you later, and fuck you up. You understand? Understood, Kuno. Alright. He wipes the sweat off his brow. Now we can do business. Business? Yeah, what do you want? Kuno can hook you up with... He starts no longer whispering. Don't hook him up with that shit, Kuno. See, relax. He respects the Kuno. Kuno made him respect the Kuno. You respect the Kuno. He turns back to you. You got to get all kinds of shit. Kuno's going to get you hooked on illegal narcotics. If you run a little errand for the Kuno, get you hicked, pig. Get this hook in you. Then Kuno's going to get you hooking for more. Cash. Eating big style, pig hooker. See, it's tension and release with Kuno. Now we releasing. He pulls on his tracksuit trousers. The pants buying shit. Now that's on now. 90% discount for Kuno's pig. Kuno can flex. Oh, that's so cheap, but I don't have the money. And shit, you can even fuck back in Kuno's kingdom. Kuno saw you sniffing around the fucking pile of Eternite. It's a secret door, okay? Just pull it off. The fuck back in there. He concludes the invitation with a benevolent nod. What was that about running you an errand for illegal narcotics, Kuno? Kuno gets it from his dad. Kuno and his dad are major suppliers. His eyes bulge. Their veins reach out like tree branches. That's where Kuno gets his lightning on. Problem is, Kuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now junkies clawing at Kuno's door. Street's going mad. Kuno's got to throw his dirty popo man at it. Okay. Dirty Popo Man is you. He nods at the building behind him. And there is Kuno's violent dad on steroids. Kuno's dad does steroids and speed. If you can take him, you can have half the speed. Oh, Christ. Who is your dad, Kuno? Kuno's dad's a fucking monster, he says proudly. He's the most violent man in Revachol. Doesn't give a shit about a single thing. He drinks too. Continue. Are you sure you can take the most violent man in Revachol in your condition? How much material are we talking about? Like half, he says confidently. Half of what? A baggie, but like in this vial. That's half a gram, sir. Half a gram. Yeah, the confidence is unwavering. Half a G. Want it or not? That's not very much material at all. Fuck you talking about half a G. This shit is giant, grade A shit. So clean you can barely see it. You can barely see it because there's barely any. I've made up my mind, Kuno, and this is what's going to happen. I'm going in there, but not for the speed. I'm going after the most violent man in Revachol. Sure, whatever. If you survive, make sure to bring that shit back to Kuno. Kumos is almost out. You wouldn't like Kuno when he's out. Kuno's fucking violent dad's got Kuno's key, so you need to fuck your way in there. Go to the pier side, bang on the door till the cleaning gimp lets you in. That's how Kuno does it. Then you go to room 12, kick down the door, police violence style. That's what Kuno does. And then it's action time. You're locked in the room with a violent fuckhead. That's it, he concludes. Next time Kuno sees you, you better have his shit. What the hell are you signing up for here? Come on, Kim, whisper. I'm obviously not going to take it. We need to get drugs away from a minor. Okay then, he concludes. Concedes. I'm off. He doesn't fucking care. Okay, I didn't mean to do that, but I've got a quest, so we also have this we can interact with, which I should do now. It's a photo of tattoos. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso of the hanged man. From the right shoulder, am I still recording? I am. Lovely. To the solar plexus, and we have sound. I believe so. Each time the lines intersect, a small white star is formed in the crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. It looks kind of like a map of the stars in the night sky, but something's not quite right. Who are you? What's the meaning of this tattoo? For you to discover. Has gotten as far as you will without assistance. Someone close to the victim might know. Now, it says it should be no. Someone who knows about the history could tell you. Put the photo away. Who knows history? Pile of Eternite. Oh yes. Why am I looking at this pile of roofing material? Because unless Kuno lied, you should be able to pull the panels aside. The panels aside. Here it is. You see a shabby little door. Ooh. So is this the shack Kuno mentioned? Let's take a look inside then. I don't think this is important right now. Because time's not on our side, but I'm going in anyway because I'm right here. An empty tube of magnesium supplement. A magnesium supplement you rub on your chest to live a happy magnesium-rich life. Silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder. Be still my beating heart. It's amphetamine, sweet amphetamine. Lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean. If someone has taken narcotics here, perhaps the police should interfere. Perhaps not. He looks at you. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, he points in the ladder in the corner. See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbour, no? Secret path the local kids use. Oh, it was worth going in here then. The poster says, get out of the way or get fucked up. Cured pig's head. Looks mummified. Ooh, look at this. I can't move the screen, but barrels are half full of rainwater. Right, before we do that, doorway is going to collapse soon. Restoration pillars keep the ruins together. And cure on 37. Have ourselves some Nosafed. It's a policeman's cloak. Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing there. Look, Lieutenant. Point to the flapping cloak. Someone left his cloak behind. Yes, it's probably yours. Bears the RCM insignia. You have a habit of being careless with your equipment. He judges the drop. You probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day. Look around. The wind is aggressive up here. Lieutenant looks... Look at this. This game's really cool, by the way. I love that it just opened up like this. As I spoke to a drunk kid. The wind is aggressive up here. Lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. That machine is a Clavland 1020HK. Clavland 1020HK. Pointed the crane. Is it? Goodest of good cops. He looks at you impressed. Cavaland makes a lot of heavy equipment. This is phenomenal even for them. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here. He looks at the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind. What exactly are we doing up here? I'd say in a sort of weird Scottish accent for some reason. It wasn't Scottish, but whatever. I was under the assumption we could ask the leader of the Union to help us get this body down. This is why we're here, right? He doesn't wait for you to answer. He looks around, wind rustling in his hair. Or could it be that we're just exploring? Do you really think this cloak is mine? Should I go for it? Jump. The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it, he looks over the ledge as the cold pavement below. Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meters tops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you. The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide? Let's have a fair medium. Let's go for it. Holy wow, that's high. Doesn't seem dangerous. Lieutenant must be crazy to suggest that. This is certain death. Vertigo almost pushes you over the edge. You could have died there. Shit. I'm failing you. That wasn't a part of a deal. Hey, what happened? He sounds genuinely worried. I'm alright, Kim. I just can't do it right now. I understand. You can always come back when you're feeling better. It's just a cloak after all. Let's have it fair. We've leveled it up once as well. Right, one more time. I think that's good. As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses. Close your eyes and let your senses take in the world around you. Oh, damn it. Ankles tingling from the sensation, blood roaring in your ears. You're ready for your rendezvous with the concrete pavement below. Why didn't he just gently lower himself down? Continue the voyage through the salty air. As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realise it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline. I knew you could do it, the lieutenant exclaims. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbour now. Continue. Let's have it fair. With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise in the harbour rushes back in. Wish I explored more up there a little bit more. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Does it replace something? SB decor. Oh no, it's automatically better. Cool. Okay. I'm not sure that was a good idea. Radio's emitting strange buzzing sounds. That's where it came from. Every worker equals member of the board is written on the top of flyers. Below the flyers, the Union logo and Demand Democracy. This is a Dewey typewriter. The model name is on the back. Standard office file cabinet. Drawers seem to be locked. Someone left the coffee machine on. On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers. It's unfortunate for the Union to leave their paperwork lying around like this. Open the drawer. Drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organised selection of brown folders. Browse through the folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Do kinds of transactions stand out? Materials coming into the Revachol from the outside world, from Monday, Grad, even Lemara. And the same materials being handed over to the company inside Revachol. Curon, Coal City, the Delta, and Jam Rock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. Anything interesting? Browse them. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry. Volition, medium. Force yourself to go through the folders. Success! Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really get a sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer. Let's look at the note. It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember Leo. Everart shoes. Remember Leo. Everart shoes. Special whirling borscht. Water Everart's plants. Sweep office floor. More banners. All items on the list have been crossed out and the note is crumpled. Look, Kim, a to-do list with a list of errands for Everart. Everart Clare, probably. The head of the Debadars Union inspects it. The note. One of the aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here. The special borscht seems a bit odd in the list. What is so special about this borscht? Code for drugs, booze, blood? Let's take another look at the note. Okay. Visual calculus and -1 drama. -1 drama? My drama's still pretty good though. See, that went down because of my thoughts, but... Hang on. Why is that still 5? Shouldn't it be less? Why does it do that tick? I'm not sure. These postcards. I'm not going to go through that door yet because that seems like it'd be a foolish idea. So I'm going to go back out. And get my tea. Collecting rainwater. All around you, great machines in quiescence. White pine trees are painted onto the screen covering. Looks like a forest. Right. I walked away from the screen and forgot to press the pause button. It's a crane control panel. Rusting control panel with several knobs, 2 buttons marked Illuma and Entendre are, I don't know if E13 are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. Container attached to the hook block. Illuma is on, Entendre is off. Press Illuma. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving the massive metal container through the air. With a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbour sleeps as the truck rages in distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled. Its purpose? What do you mean? Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it is acted. Now it will rest. I can't see how that was worth the ruckus. He looks at the crane. Except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying. You see faded industrial lettering on the platform. Kvalsund means a whale fjord in Arden. Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard. Kim, I think there's something about this container. You do? Because I don't. What? Why not? There are millions of containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? It was hanging from the crane. You picked that one out because you wanted to interact with a cargo container. We're not here to interact with containers. We're here to get the body down from a tree. Let's open the door. Attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The door seems to be mechanically locked. Let's knock on it. Nothing more to do here for now. shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. Great machines are sleeping. The speaker tower is silent. There's no work to organise in the yard. The musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. It smells like blood. Industrial-sized thermos. Smells like burnt coffee. Oh, there's a dude to talk to. The banner sags under the weight of the rain and snow. White waves on red.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
That's easy, Leo. The lyrics to the container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick it's impossible to notice he's Ubi from the vanishing peninsula of Ubi Sant on Monday.
Container, container, used to be Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everett.
Tiny man is so engaged in his work he doesn't notice you. Do not interrupt this little man with his joyous activity. I'll come back to him. He might stop me, so... Well, he's distracted. We're going on a little journey. Coffee in this giant thermos is still lukewarm. Stair made of pallets leading up. Oh, I found Everard, I think. Taxidermy fish tells time. Everard Clare. Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not at least a bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, says nothing, simply stares at you. Let's get straight to business. There's a dead body in the tree. Welcome, Mr.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
Harry Dubois! I've got a name! He gestures to a tiny chair opposite his giant desk.
I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debargeurs Union here in Martinez.
The man relaxes into his chair, continues.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
The lieutenant nods to you, then the chair. Esprit de corps, whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name. Why are you calling me Mr. Dubois?
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner as equals. Take a seat, I insist.
Continue. It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out. Take a seat.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Remain serious.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debargeurs Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
Continue. The chair you're sitting on has got to be one of the most uncomfortable chairs in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Garte. Some people have no manners. Pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with the cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Points at it again. Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You'll need it. Wait, you know Garte?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the check again. It's like you're on a game show. At least, don't thank him for it. Alright, I'll take it, but don't thank him.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me? Or...
No. That's cool. You've got integrity.
Cool? Wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically oversized novelty check to a cafeteria manager. But, sure, if that's what's cool nowadays. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak.
We're being watched.
I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun. Lost gun. Lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. World is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. But he said, don't worry. He actually meant, be very worried. I'm not worried. I've got this.
Are you alright, Harry? You say you've got this, but you seem a little anxious to me. Don't be. Everything's going to be alright. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be alright.
Hand-eye coordination. It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded. Bollocks. Haha! Kim.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Bollocks. Why did I sit down? Stupid chair. And I took the novelty check. Don't panic. I failed. You're just sweating. Your knee is jerking and you're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are going to shoot themselves. No, I'm not about to cry. Try to stay cool.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
Continue. Oh god, you can die here, can't you? What is this? Mr. Dubois keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
The large man snaps his fingers, but to no effect. You're in some stupor. There are no Harrys. Let your mind go to your safe place.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Continue. Composure. Maybe you could use your hands somehow, like in a throwing motion. Like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois. Actually, this chair is uncomfortable. I could use that glass of water sipped up right.
What an odd demonstration of... Huh? You got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time, and I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Reaction speed. Easy. Success. Quick. Here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. It's about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity. Let's not ask about the... aren't you going to ask me how I got in? Harry, he says almost gently. Honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. Man your age. I too am surprised by the resilience and athleticism of this tool I've been provided with. Tap my chest. Yes, Harry. You're obviously in peak physical condition, and I salute both your initiative and your physical prowess. Very impressive, Harry. Very impressive. Anyway, I assure you I'm very well informed, man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it. You called me Mr. Dubois. Why? Of course, let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everett, I'll call you Harry. That's what the hanged corpse called you, Harry. That's really my name. My God, it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? He shrugs with an amazed expression. What are the odds of that? I think the odds of that, he looks at you, are very low. It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first. My memory is fine. I'm just testing you. So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. He pats the brown folder in front of him. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out with my big fat folder. Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done. Are you trying to tell me you've got hold of some of our documents? Lieutenant inspects Everett over his spectacles. Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? His eyes never leave yours. Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now. Drama. Don't jump to the folder. That's not smart. Show you on the edge. Do some probing first. Have another look at that folder, Drama 5. As you look at the folder, Everett covers it with his hands and pets it. It's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet. That's not an RCM folder. Okay, Harry, you got me, he says, grinning. This is from the Census Bureau, not RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them. Continue. He's got a name from the Census Bureau. He's got the name from the Census Bureau and everything else from your actions here in Martinez. Continue. Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi, from the Census Bureau, like I said. He looks annoyed. I'm actually a very busy man, so is there anything else I can do for you, Harry? This means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being. So the Census Bureau says my name is Harry Dubois. Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on. What's in the container outside? No, I don't want to talk to him about that. I want to talk about the hanging. Oh, of course, that's your main thing here? That's why you're in Martinez? He nods. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, I've been weighing it... It's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me, but... I sense there's a but. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open. Yes, that sounds good. Lieutenant says with a slow nod. Let's do that. But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. Suddenly he slaps himself on the forehead. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors. Kim, is that true? Are we door opening machines? I'm not sure I understand. He looks to the union boss. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen. Now, I just need you to go open a little door for me. And leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it. I bet you don't even know anything about the hanging. No, I'll do those two first. Why don't you just open it yourself? Harry, I'm a very busy man, and, more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique that you have. He slams his fists together. You look like you could run around all day. You want to send someone a message. The police are working for you. I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. He turns back to you. So what will it be, Harry? Whose door is it? Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. What do you mean by a weasel? A loud, blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. He removes his glasses and rubs his nose. Just go there, unlock a door, and leave it open. You've been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you. He puts his glasses back on. I bet you don't even know anything about the hanging. Harry, my dear friend. He sinks deeper into the chair. I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez. I can't accept this thing, refused the task. For now. Of course, Harry. I understand. But if that's the case, I don't think we'll ever find your gun. Even worse, we won't be able to speak like equals about the murder. Perhaps this was just bad timing for you. Know that you can always come back to me. I really hope you do. He winks at you. For your sake. My sake. For your gun's sake, too. Lieutenant sighs. Yes, we both understand what you meant. This might be the only way, he thinks. Won't hold it against you. In fact, we probably should reconsider later. Could you help me get a dead body down from a tree? You may have noticed that there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria. Oh my, he smiles pleasantly. Don't take this question personally, but why would I ever get involved in this matter? Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. Steel, reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighbourhood. Also, I studied the footprints of the crime scene. Worker boots. I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estimate values. He licks his fat lips and smiles. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. He picks up the handset of a radiophone to his right and clicks a button. Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body and a tree problem they need help with. Namely, they need it to be taken down. And John, please take it easy with the race science. That's a yes to getting the body down, no to the race science. He hangs up and turns back to you. Oh god, it's the racist from earlier, isn't it? Like, of course it is. Like, there's not going to be random people in the game that do nothing. It means that lady sitting next to the bar is important. You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates. He turns back to you. He's the big impressive one, you know. Tattoos, muscles, ethnic looking. Can't miss him. Great guy. What's in the container that's outside your office? My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them. Never mind the container. I really do, Harry. I have people for that. Now you were saying... I'm going to leave now, but we might talk later. Wait. He reaches into his drawer and pulls out a plastic card. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Wait, wouldn't want to get stuck in here. Yeah, you're one of us now. A real red and white union man. Take care, Harry. Right, I'm going to let you go. I've been John Proxy on channel John of the West. I've been having a Disco Elysium adventure. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Thank you for watching.